Hey everybody, welcome to Chanel's Reality. I'm Chanel and this is my reality. Welcome back if you are already a Chanel's Reality subscriber. Love you, love you, love you. If this is your first time, then welcome to Chanel's Reality. On my channel, in general, I cover like recaps, pop culture, news, things like that. Just whatever might be interesting to me. And then I give it from my perspective. And that's why I say it's Chanel's reality. I'm Chanel and it's my reality. So you may or may not agree. Like right now, me and this hair color, I don't know if we agreeing. It's kind of, I feel like it's washing me out. Like it's making me fade into the background. But that's okay. You know, she's that girl. I'm that girl. Who's that girl? La, la, la. Okay, I can't sing. Whatever. That was Eve. And by the way, Eve, I don't know if the younger people know who she is, but I'm old. I'm almost 50, so it is what it is. But I remember when I got my first apartment. Oh my God, I was in the hood and didn't know it. Have y'all ever moved to an apartment in the hood and didn't know you was in the hood until you left the hood? Well, that was me. But anyways, I remember having a little, it was a townhouse too, couldn't tell me okay? My $390 a month, okay? Anyway, um, so it was me, my bed, my rent-a-center furniture, okay? My little hood rat, pool table I bought from Walmart. Anyways, and that was it the Cisco CD or was it Drew Hill? I feel like it was Unleash the Dragon CD. And Eve. Listen, Eve has some bangers. That girl was that girl back in the day. Anyway, we're here to recap The Real Housewives of Atlanta. I think this is season 16, episode 1. And honestly, I wasn't even going to watch it because I was just kind of like, do I even care? Because I feel like most of the season kind of heated up off camera. You know what I'm saying? Well, off camera and on camera. I'm going to say that because, excuse me, old school housewives of wherever would always typically be everything was filmed. And once in a while, you may get some sort of tidbit of something, because a cast member did something in public or whatever. But nowadays, it seems as if like a lot of the drama, it moves way past the episode, like way past the episode. And it's in most of the cities or franchises that they have. And so Atlanta last season ended. Well, I'm gonna say this: when this season started filming, a whole bunch of shit hit the fan. Like whole bunch of shit hit the fan. Oh, and let me say, everything on Chanel's reality is, in my opinion, it's for entertainment purposes only. It's all alleged. It's in my opinion. So I don't know none of these people. I wasn't there. Okay. Yeah. Um. So things that were happening. There's okay. So with Housewives, even though I don't really like Kyle Richards, she coined this to me the best. She said Housewives fans are like sports fans, and I'm a sports fan. I love to go to like NFL games, even though they're the no fun league, and they racist as fuck. I said what I said. I ain't changing it. But I love to go to the game when I'm not protesting. I like to go to the games. Um, but Kyle Richards on over there on Beverly Hills, which to me, from season 1 to now, listen, they've been entertaining the whole entire time, in my opinion. Not every franchise has that ability, in my opinion. Atlanta, I think, is just known more. And Atlanta, they had some of the greats. They had Nene Leakes, they had Kim Zolciak, Lisa Wu, even though Lisa Wu wasn't on there but a few seasons, but she made her mark. They had Candy Burris. A lot of people don't like Candy, but I like Candy. I mean, Candy's the real one. That's why I like her. And plus, my husband's a Taurus and she's a Taurus, and Candy's husband is a Leo, and I'm a Leo, so it is what it is. But I don't think I would like her in real life. I don't know if we could get along in real life, but I like her because she's honest. But they didn't renew her contract or gave her a contract that, you know how Bravo does. They're not going to fire you. They're just going to give you a contract that is below your number, whatever that number is, or maybe not give you as many episodes or something like that. That's just how Bravo works. They're like, we're not gonna fire anybody. We're just gonna lowball their ass until they quit. That's just pretty much what it is. But anyways, so who they still had was Kenya Moore. Okay. Kenya Moore had gone on, what's that guy's name that Candy don't like? He has his own little show. Oh God. He says he's the king of reality. It'll come to me, but y'all know who I'm talking about. Kenya and Nene, I think Nene was the first, went on that guy, Carlos King, that's his name. They went on his show and basically, in my opinion, kind of did what you're not supposed to do, which is kind of like tell on your boss. They kind of told, their feelings about where the show was, what the show needed, on and on and on, what they weren't happy about, that type of thing. But I've never really liked Kenya. I'm just gonna keep it a book. It ain't changing over here. Like I said, it's Chanel's reality. But Kenya's good for the show because Kenya is controversial. She is a bitch. She's shady as fuck. What do they call her? The shade assassin or something like that. So she's good for the show. She's entertainment, in my opinion. Entertainment gold, just like Nene. But Nene's less of a mean girl, if that makes sense. Nene's just less of a mean girl. She's a fun girl. And I like Nene because I like Sages. Sages just is what it is. Me and Sages, we just get along. Kenya, went a little bit too far from what I could tell. I wasn't there, like I said before, so it's all alleged. But the whole, we're going to call out this lady for being a porn star, whatever it is, that's just too far. Or we're going to, I wouldn't even say saying she is too far, but the way she did it in public with the alleged photos and stuff like that, that's what I'm saying about things that are kind of happening off the show, even though it was being filmed. So then Kenya had a few bumps in the road with Bravo. And Kenya did this whole thing. Oh, I didn't do anything wrong. I never, because the streets was saying, okay, this was revenge porn. I'm gonna say what I'm gonna say. It is what it is. Which it was, based on the information that we received. If you have some sort of sexual film, pictures, anything like that, that's explicit, and you show it to a group of people, even if you show it to your brother, your mama, your whoever, without that person's permission, that's revenge porn. It just is what it is. If you show pictures that are naked or of me doing something sexual to someone, to myself, whatever it is, to others, and you don't have my expressed, what's the right word, permission, then that's what it's called, revenge porn. It just is what it is. Now, Kenya wants to say, no, that's not what it was. I don't believe Kenya. I believe Kenya got caught and didn't think she could get caught. But it's like, why do these people not think that? I mean, I don't understand. Doesn't everybody have a damn phone with a camera on it? Of course, people are going to be snapping everything you're fucking doing. But this is the thing. She clearly didn't think, in my mind, that it was too far because you got the Bravo cameras there watching you, filming you. I don't know. But I do think that some people, and you don't even have to be a celebrity for this to happen, but I do think some people feel like they're above reproach. I'm this person in history, and King is one of those people. It's your ego. Same thing your ego is not your amigo. It is the thing that brings down kings and dynasties. You got to let your ego go. But certain people in the world, they get to a certain level and they just feel like it don't matter. I'm me. Okay. And so you could take it or leave it. And I feel like that's what happened with Kenya and Nene and Kim Zolciak and all the rest of them, maybe with the exception of Cynthia Bailey. Maybe. I don't know. So anyways, I was just giving that little backstory for the people that maybe didn't watch. So that brings us to this season. And the reason I bring that up is because Kenya is in this first episode. And it's weird to kind of watch her, to me, because it doesn't feel like she's truly showing up I don't know. Okay, I'll say it like this. It feels like Kenya is being, if this is what it feels like. If you've ever done any type of video production, then there's something called B-roll, which is a whole bunch of shots and whatever else of video that is taken but may not necessarily be used or could be used. So it's just kind of like things that, like, for example, like when they'll show something and you'll see traffic going by in a transition. That's what B-roll is. Kenya, to me, in this episode, that's what it seemed like. It seemed like B-roll. It didn't seem like the money shot. It just didn't. It didn't. It felt like she, and I think that's intentional, personally. But it didn't feel like King is the star. Which, in my opinion, on the Real Housewives of Atlanta, since Nene ain't there, Kenya's the star. And I don't even like Kenya. I'm just calling it what it is. It just is what it is. But I do think that they're trying to make Portia the star. Portia had one of the, oh, hey, Marcus. I love him. Hey, Marcus. What did he say? We talking reality TV? Yes, Marcus, we're talking reality TV. And I should be in the bed. I actually am in the bed, but just not the bed. Okay. Love Marcus. So to me, it didn't feel like Kenya the star of the show. It just didn't feel that way to me. But y'all can let me know what y'all want in the comments. So to start, okay, so even before we start the show, I just listen. I cannot. I don't normally do this, but this I'm trying my best not to be so judgmental, but it's coming. It just, let's buckle up. That's all I can say is buckle up. So the episode starts out and they're kind of showing the different people. So the cast is, the people that I know is Cynthia Bailey, Kenya Moore, Drew Sidora, and Portia. I don't even know her last name anymore. Williams. What was her last? Stewart? Bugatia? I don't know what the hell her last name is, but whatever. You get what I'm saying. And Shamia. But Shamia has always been a friend of, which is, listen, I'm rooting for Shamia, but I've always liked Shamia mostly because I didn't really like Portia. And not that I don't like Portia because Portia is unlikable. I just don't think Portia's authentic. It just is what it is. But Portia is good TV. Portia is going to give you body, yaddy, yaddy all day long. Okay. She's going to give you funny. She's going to give you funny. And especially when she's with other people, she, to me, is more funny. She's going to give you pretty face and good confessionals, in my opinion. Plus, Portia is going to fight somebody. Portia gonna fight somebody. It just is gonna happen. And you know what? The other biggest thing that I do like about Portia's addition to the show is that Portia, and it's only like two other, I feel like, actors or people that are celebrities in the world that have done this effectively. Kylie Jenner is another one of them. Portia came onto this scene in Atlanta Housewives, I think season 4 or season 5. I think it was season 5. Was it season 5? I don't know. And Portia, when she twirled her little self right onto our TV set, she was giving Southern Belle, married to this ugly man, and I don't really love him, but I'm gonna act like I do, honey. And I don't really have any boobs, but I got hips and legs for days. And I come from this legacy of, my grandfather who, marched with Dr. King, on and on and on. And it felt authentic to me. But I know these people fake as fuck. They fake as fuck. Anyways, so Portia was able, in my opinion, for 2 seasons to pretend that she was somebody completely different. Like the Portia we got for her first 2 seasons was some Southern belle that from Decatur, Atlanta, and like some, submissive housewife. She didn't want to go to the strip club and all of that. And I'm not shaming her for that, but it just was because the following season we got Portia from Thoughtlandia, like bending it over. Just saying, that's who we got. And so I wasn't mad at it, but I'm just like, who the fuck is this? Like, who the fuck is this? And only, to me, there's only a few other people in the world that are on TV that can do that transition and not get killed in the media. And in my opinion, Portia did it. It was almost like, I feel like the audience liked it, including me, because we were kind of like, girl, you was over there with ugly ex-husband, and it just didn't make sense because you're pretty and normal and he's just not. We all knew you married him for the money. It just is what it is. But she did that whole. Now I was gonna say she did the dumb girl, dumb blonde thing, but Portia's not very smart, so I can't say she did the dumb blonde thing because she's just not very cerebral, in my opinion. But sometimes when you're pretty and you're sexy, you don't need to be cute. I mean, you don't need to be smart sometimes. So now Portia got married again, and the world, I think, was rooting for her and her unattractive husband. Okay, I'm being mean. I shouldn't be mean. Hey, JD. I don't know who JD is, but hey, boo, hey. I think, were you on Drip Channel? Is that how I know you? Maybe. I can't remember. Mr. JD. Y'all go check out Mr. JD channel. I think he has a channel as well. Shout out to him. Anyways, so yeah, so Portia's coming here, and to me, okay, so she got married to this guy. So this is why I'm gonna give y'all this backstory for everybody who maybe don't watch. Portia, a few seasons back, went to this guy's house, this lady's house, a lady that was going to be one of her cast members. Let me say it like that, her coworker. Okay, went to her coworker's house. They all was in their swimsuits and was introduced to her coworker's husband. But if y'all go back and look at how she got introduced, like the backstory, it's just like I didn't realize this at the time because why would I? But I was like, Portia, know this man. Like if you go back and rewatch that, it's like it felt like this ain't the first time they met, in my opinion. Just it is what it is. So then she ended up marrying this lady's Fallon, I think is her name, now ex-husband. But at the time, it just seemed like shit was overlapping. Like the penises and the vaginas, they were overlapping, in my opinion. I'm just saying. So Portia then left the show. The Real Housewives of Atlanta left the show. And it's like we all felt as though Portia left the show because she did not want to have to face the music. She didn't want to come back because she knew people like Kenya was gonna read her rights. Hey boo, hey boo, hey Dub is in the chat. Anyways, so yeah, so Portia, I feel like did not come back, did not return to the Real Housewives of Atlanta because she didn't want to get raked over the coals. Which I understand that. I'm not a hoe like Portia, but I understand. Okay, that was me. I understand why she wouldn't come back. Who would want to come back after they just got married or in the midst of getting married to their ex cast member's husband or ex-husband? Like who want to come back and face that? Nobody. And we all knew, and we all knew Kenya was gonna serve her that tea hot and spicy right out the gate. And Portia wouldn't be able to handle it. And plus, I think they kind of wanted to be happy for each other. And Portia wanted to be in Portia land, which is I'm going to be oblivious to all of the shit that's going on because she had just been oblivious to all of the shit that was going on with Dennis, the hot dog guy, the hot dog king in Atlanta. He getting everybody's name tattooed on his body. And when she sat down with Candy tried to tell her, and she's just kind of like, I don't care. I don't care about what happened before me. Because our portion in my mind was thinking about is money. She'll say she wasn't, but we all know what it was, girl. And listen, I'm that girl that's like, why people got to be out here still thinking that women can't, have their own and get their own and whatever else? We don't live in 1862. We don't. Women have rights. We go out here and we're educated and we can go out here and get it, honey. So I hate saying this, but we all know that's what it is. I have to call it thing. Portia's just, I shouldn't say this, but this is how I feel. Is she just a high dollar hoe? She's just not a $15 hoe. That's all I'm saying. She's a high dollar hoe. She's going to bend it over, in my opinion, for whoever the highest bidder is. And this time, she got tricked by, oh, Jesus, I'm gonna have to say a prayer after this live. But she just got tricked by the African Prince guy this time. Prior to the African Prince, she was tricked by the hot dog king of Atlanta. Prior to the hot dog king, she was tricked by Cordell Stewart, I think is his name, the football guy, who just was, from what everybody could tell, he just was controlling is the best word. He's one of those guys who just wants a pretty girl on his hip that he can control with his money. But I think even if Cordell Stewart didn't have money, he still would be like that because it's just that's his personality. Um, and thank God, I'm so grateful for. I'm grateful that Portia was able to bring that relationship on TV because I think had she not, she would still be in that controlling ass marriage. Because that's what I'm saying. If you go from Portia to her first season to now, Portia got a whole ass voice after she got, kicked out of her house by Cordell Stewart. She did. She got a whole ass voice. And we wouldn't have known the Portia that we know now, which is hoish Portia. It just is what it is. So now I guess because of everything that played out with Portia and her soon to be ex-husband, because I don't know if they're completely divorced yet, but he I think has been deported back to the continents of Africa, I think, is what I think. But I don't know. I wasn't there. So I say all of that because at the beginning of this episode, I believe they start out with Portia in like some sort of exercise gear. I don't know if she has like a athleisure wear that's gonna be coming out. I don't know, but that's kind of where they start. But before we get there, I wanted to like show y'all. Okay, listen, I did not come on here to be shady, but I just feel like the shade is coming out of me. It's just not my fault. I'm sorry. The shade is coming out of me, and I'm not trying to be shady, but it is my reality. It's Chanel's reality. So listen, let me play this. Hold on. Because I don't know the other ladies. There's a short lady. She's the waffle. She's like the chicken and waffle queen. And I don't know her name, but we're going to figure it out. Okay. Because I'm going to only show y'all like little steals of it. Okay. So we start with Shamia. Right? Shamia, to me, I'm rooting for her. I never really disliked Shamia, but I always kind of felt like she was just being played by Portia, in my opinion. But she seemed like a fun girl. She did. Um, I'm gonna let Shamia make it, but I never got over how Shamia treated Eva. Eva the Diva, remember her? The boss bitch from like season 1 or season 2 of what's the name of that damn show with Tyra Banks? We all watched it in the early 2000s, damn it. Top Model, Next Top Model, America's Next Top Model. I ain't like when she was just kind of like trying to like I don't like shady people. That's like, bitch, if you gonna be shady, just come straight to my face, front and center. Don't be trying to slide no bullshit in under the table talking about were you in a relationship with Missy Elliott? It's just like fuck out of here with that bullshit. Like I don't mind you asking salacious questions because obviously that's what's gonna make us watch. But I don't like it when it feels like you're just trying to attack someone or just trying to like. I'm like I don't like it when it's not authentic. If it's just you want to have a moment, and that's what I felt like Shamia was trying to do. Other than that, Shamia's been cool. Now, Shamia, I want to give her grace too because she said she was in an abusive relationship for a while, and I shout out to her for getting out of that situation, and that's really really difficult. A lot of women never get out, and some women the only way they leave is unfortunately in a body bag. So shout out to her for that. But it feels similar to Marlo, and I loved me some Marlo, but like, why now? Like, if you've been a friend of this whole time, it feels like they just was trying to fill a spot. And so since Shamia was already there and already familiar, and the fans like me or the people who watch the show, the viewers, we're kind of like, stop trying to throw all these new people at us that don't know each other. We all know that the reason that the Real Housewives of Wherever franchise worked is when the people knew each other. They were actually friends or actually knew each other, like Kim, like I said, Sheree, Nene, all of those people, Candy, people like that, they knew each other. And so it made it more authentic. The friendships, the breakups, all of that was more authentic. The Real Housewives of Whatever nowadays, it's like they just trying to like they just throwing shit at the wall. Like it's almost like we don't even need to get paid, just we want to be on TV. That's what it feels like to me. So I feel like that happened with Shamia, but I will say I'm kind of in with Shamia because the way they started the episode with her and her daughter and her motherhood journey, it's kind of very sad. So she kind of locked me in with that. The thing that's ringing very phony and fake to me, and I'm not Shamia, so shout out to her. But this whole, I hate being defined by my wealth, girl, and it is your wealth at this point. It is your wealth. So shout out to you. But that's the phony fake shit that I'm talking about. I'm like, I cannot. Stop acting like you got generational wealth, sis. Like maybe your daughter does or your kids will, but it just rings phony to me. But for her, if she's been married to this guy, let's say 5 years now, I don't know how long they've been married, but if she's been married to him 5 years now, and they seem to be in love, this is episode 1, so we'll see. I guess she says it's. I understand how she's like it's our. I want listen. It's phony and fake to me, but I hope they make it. I honestly feel this way, truthfully. If you have any level of intelligence and love for your wife or your husband, don't bring their ass on reality TV. It is just a nightmare waiting to happen because the world that's watching, the viewers, are going to pick that shit apart piece by piece. And then either somebody's going to be in his DMs, even, they probably already been there for the past however many years anyway, or her DMs, or some conversation is going to be clipped or snipped, and some vacation that they didn't know they was being watched and captured, it's gonna hit the blogs and the YouTubes of the world, and then now your whole relationship is gonna get torn down and torn apart, and you'll end up a person that was on reality TV for a check. And that's the other thing too, with me. I'm like, girl, if you got wealth like you're saying, which I think her wealth is real based on what she said, then you don't need this show. So to me, is for me, it seems like more about I just want attention. And I ain't mad at that either, but just understand when you bring your whole family, your real family, to be picked apart by the people on this planet, they are gonna pick your ass apart. Things that you maybe don't want to have the world know about. So, but maybe she ready for it. So I'm okay with Shamia. I just listen. This is Drew. Okay, listen. This is Drew Sidora. I did not know who Drew Sidora was before she came onto the Housewives. Apparently, she's some sort of accomplished actress that was on that show, The Game, that I never watched. Did I guess all Black of America watched except me and my husband? So I don't know. This is the thing with Drew. Drew, girl, come to the front. The thing with Drew is that Drew can't tell the truth to save her life, like or a life, like she. But her husband was fine as fuck. Like I'm just listen. His ass a liar too, but he was fine as fuck. But he just kept gaslighting that girl. Like, so I just gotta pray on Drew because Drew swears she, saved and sanctified and part of got her prayer cloth and part of the church and had to kick that other girl out the group because she said that she was praying on the minister or somebody or the prophet. Girl, I was like, then she did the whole drop it with Drew and still was the same way and it was somebody else's company. I just and listen, it's okay if you just slapping your name on some shit, but just say that. Stop being like Sheree trying to sell us Sheen by Sheree. Okay. I'm just saying. But there's a storyline that is brewing here that is messy because Drew is being, I don't want to say managed by, but there's something going on with Drew Sidora and Portia Williams Stewart Gubadia's ex fiance, the hot dog guy. I don't remember his name, but y'all put it in chat. The hot dog guy. So something's going on there where he's like allegedly overseeing her career or is involved some kind of way. And people in the streets are saying that they're, that he maybe showed her his hot dog. Is all I'm gonna say. And listen, I don't understand because he ain't even cute. Like, I don't get it. But you don't always have to be cute to get a man. You don't always have to be cute to get a lady. just is what it is. Sometimes it's something else going on. And then maybe his hot dog is big. But sidebar, when Portia was dating him, there was this whole scandal where it was like people were saying, I hate to say this, but people were saying that he was hiding his hot dog with animals or something like that. I don't know. I wasn't there. I don't know none of these people. It's all alleged. I don't know none of these. Okay. So, but okay, Drew. Okay, so the first few scenes, like I said, oh, I guess I want to go through the hold on, let me see if they let me go through the other people. This is what I mean by see, I'm trying to figure out is this Portia Mama? Because I'm like, is this Miss Portia Mama? She the only mama I actually like, if I'm being honest. She's sweet. I can't remember her name though. But if that is Portia Mama, they did something with her face or her body, and I can't tell what it is. But she still is pretty. She's gorgeous still, but I can't tell. I don't know if that's the same lady. I can't tell. Child. And I want these people to stop letting the people poking their face. Phaedra, come to the front. Phaedra on this season too. Phaedra, come to the front. Whatever you doing, sis. Like, cause listen, I never liked Phaedra on the Real Housewives of Atlanta. I only liked her on Married to Medicine. And the reason I only liked her, I never liked her on Atlanta Housewives because I don't like fake and phony. I could be cordial, I can't be phony. Okay. So with Phaedra, the reason I felt like she was fake and phony is because she's an attorney who married the convict, which shout out to the convicts and the people that married them because they got love after lockup, honey. So go do your thing. But she wanted to be, like I said, holy and sanctified, which is fine too. I love the church. Okay. I love God. Okay. He's the reason that, Chanel is here. Just saying, Grayson YouTube. But no, it's nothing wrong with that. Love God, love the church, whatever. Do your thing. It's this idea that you want to lie about everything, like your birthday. I mean, not your birthday, your baby's birthday. And I feel like Phaedra wanted the world to believe that, she's so buttoned up and she's a lady and all that. And again, it's fake and phony. Fake and phony. And she did a lot of things that I won't even get into that were fake and phony and shady as fuck, which is why she wasn't on the Housewives for how many years. But the biggest thing was I feel like she could never be herself because she was always trying to protect her image. But it's hard to protect your image, sis, when you dating a high IQ guy that just got out of jail. That Miss J or Mr. J or somebody, one of the gay guys from the Real Housewives, Miss Lawrence, I think is what. That's like, yeah, you don't know him. He's like friends with my bestie or something like that. You don't want the gay guy. And shout out to the gay people, God loves everybody. So I don't have no problem with y'all. I don't really care what you're doing on in your bedroom, as long as whatever you're doing in your bedroom, don't come to my bedroom. That's all I'm worried about. That's all Chanel's worried about. Chanel's bedroom. Okay. No, but like, that's not a good look for your husband to be leaving the prison system, which I learned over on the Drip Show. Y'all go check out my boy Drip. I learned on that show that like they call it man pussy. Say what? I never heard of this shit. But there were people that were on that panel that I was on that night on the Drip Show, and they were correctional officers or used to be correctional officers or something like that. But they told me the people on the Drip Show, they told us all about what goes on in those prisons. And listen, a lot of homosexuality going on in those prisons. And so I'm not saying that's what was going on with Apollo, his body, but it's listen. It's hard for me to believe anything Phaedra is saying about her husband when he's that kind of convict. Because he wasn't like a convict that like stole something or murked somebody. Not that those are good. I'm just saying. He was the kind of convict that you don't see coming. Meaning, allegedly, he was convicted of like stealing money from people, bank accounts, or laundering it or something like that. So those are the type of people that you just can't trust those people. Not that you could trust, the burglar people or the murking people, but you just kind of, let me tell you something. People will hire a thief. No, they will hire a murderer way before they'll hire a thief. 'Cause at the end of the day, they're like, okay, well, maybe I might beat out the murker person, but these damn thieves, I don't know. That's why they be in a whole nother prison. That's why it be white collar crimes and they send them to the feds. Except Diddy over there with the hard heads, and Diddy's a hard head, so he get what he get. Shouldn't have been doing what he did. Just saying. So there's these other people that I don't know who they are. The pancake lady is what I'm saying. No, the waffle lady, I don't know her name, but we'll get to her later. She's a little firecracker, from what I could tell. I feel like I would like her in real life because she seems like me. I just saying. She seems like me. She seems like I feel like I get authentic from her, but this is episode one. So the phony and fake, whoever could be coming. But as of now, she seems like cool people. And they probably sent her out there to say, but she shouldn't have been sleeping with that woman's husband or whatever it was that she said that did crawled up Portia's whole ass, and Portia is pissed because that little whatever that was that lady said crawled up Portia's ass and is sitting right there, her ass like a crab, and it's just right there. And ain't Portia can't do shit about it. But I mean, at the end of the day, Portia, you did go over there and take that lady husband. Not saying that. Listen, the husband has to want to go. But I ain't inviting. Listen, and listen, I'm very secure in my marriage and all that. I'm still not inviting Portia as to nothing that my husband is. I ain't doing that. I'm cute and I'm sexy too, but I ain't doing that. She ain't doing that. I ain't doing. I'm just not doing that. But no, real talk. I feel like if your husband leaves you for whoever he leaves you for, or if he's having sex with some other woman, he's gonna do that shit anyway. It just is what it is. It's nothing you can do to stop that person, and that's male or female. Nothing you can do to stop them. If a person wants to cheat, they just need opportunity. It's gonna happen if they have the opportunity and they want to cheat. That's all I'm saying. So, Portia or non, Portia wouldn't really matter if that's what if your partner wants to cheat on you, they're going to. Like I said, they just need opportunity. That's it. That's all. But yeah, sis, you don't bring Portia to your house and have your husband there and think that, especially if your marriage is shaky, girl, that was just the wrong thing to do. But Fallon got out. Okay, Fallon got out, and Portia thought she was getting a whole ass golden goose egg, and maybe she did for a few years while she wasn't on Housewives, and now her ass is back to Housewives, you know. And we happy to have her. Come on through, Portia, girl, with your little man still in that. Okay, sorry. So I think that lady's name is Kelly, and forgive me, that's my dog down there doing if he down there doing. Bentley, you okay, baby? My dog's name is Bentley because my husband won't buy me a Bentley. So, but that's okay. I'm gonna get a Bentley before it's all over. She will. She will. And I'm gonna put it right on YouTube. No, I'm not, because you can't put that type of stuff on YouTube. Bentley, are you okay? Oh, poor baby. I hear him coughing. Oh. He has congestive heart failure. So pray for Bentley. But he's lived a great life, and I don't think he's gonna die soon. But you never know. Anyway, I don't know the other two ladies. So there's another lady that I don't know her name, but her husband or the fiance, I think she's married her husband. I think he might be a part of the Rainbow Correlation. Is it correlation? Coalition? Coalition? Sorry, y'all get what I'm saying. I think he might be a part of the alphabet people. He might be the B in the LBG. Like, I'm just saying, he's not giving. I only like women. Y'all can tell me. Let me know, because child, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I'm not sure. So either she confused or he confused, or they both. Somebody's fucking confused. That's all I'm saying. I could be wrong about that, and if he likes women and whatever, my bad. God forgive me, but I just don't get that he only likes women. Okay, so then that's that lady, and then you have another lady, and she keeps saying, I'm married to some basketball player that's like, I guess he's a legend. I don't know who he is. Okay, let me tell you, because these are the basketball players I know: LeBron James, Michael Jordan, Robert Ory. He was so fine. Rick Fox, also very fine. Akeem Olajuwon, Allen Iverson was definitely my boyfriend in high school in my mind. Um, who else do I know? That Motumbo guy that says no, no, no. I love him. I'm trying to think of some of the greats though. Larry Bird, Magic Johnson. You know those people. I don't know this other guy, but apparently he's somebody. Dwayne Wade. Is Dwayne Wade gonna be a girl now? I can't. That's another story for another day. I don't understand the Gabrielle girl, but I understood why she liked him because he looked good. But and he's I don't know what's happening over there in the Wade household, but child, it ain't my business. That's not my ministry. Uh, but the lady that's married to the ex basketball star, I just want her to get like a lift. And I'm not that girl that thinks you need to, listen, live your life, be who you are. But if you're not gonna do the lift or like be snatched, just at least get you a good Victoria's Secret bra. And yes, I do have on Victoria's Secret. Just saying. What was Victoria's Secret? Does anyone know? I know I'm out here just doing the most. Anyways, so yeah, I just want her to lift her boobs up. Just get you a good process. Like if this is gonna be your first season, and this is the thing, they always say, the first impression is the lasting impression. So it's like you don't you don't want me to always be thinking in the back of my mind, but she didn't even wear the right bra. Like that's the thing. Like if you're gonna be this supposed, you're supposed to be bringing us lavish lifestyle, boss bitch, like I'm okay with that, and I'm even okay with you faking it until you make it. I'm even okay with that, but at least fake it. At least go to the down to the Victoria's Secret, honey, and get you a $79 bra. I'm just saying, because if you're walking around talking about you're a real housewife, you, I just at least want you to get that. I'm not even saying you got to go to La Perla, where a bra might cost you $1,200. Just saying. So that's what I'm saying. It's like these people sometimes are fake and phony, and they trying to fake it till they make it. And at least just get a good bra and get a makeup artist. Like tell her you gonna put it on a PO, which is a purchase order, and she'll get paid at the end of the season. I know I ain't right. I know I ain't right, y'all. Listen, forgive me. But so anyway, and then they have Cynthia Bailey. Love Cynthia, but I need Cynthia. She a whole ass supermodel. But I need you to get in the gym. And I need to be in the gym too. And Cynthia Bailey is gorgeous and walk circles around me. But if you're gonna be on TV, I'm gonna have to listen. What did Wendy Williams always say? And I ain't like Wendy Williams either. God bless her soul. She got a whole lot going on, and that ain't my ministry either. But she would be like, pop out. What did she used to say? Pop out. What she used to say? I don't remember what she used to say, but it's basically what I was getting ready to say is like, I have to be fair. If I'm going to talk about this lady and her needing to go to at least Victoria's Secret, honey, and get a bra, I'm going to have to say, Cynthia, you a glam goddess. You are. You're beautiful, but just a good 30 pounds down, only because it's good for your image. I'm not one of those people that tear people down because they don't have a slim nose or their lips are too skinny or too big. Or I'm not that girl. But from where she started to where she is now, I just need her to go back a few steps. That's all. She's Cynthia Bailey, honey. What else is going on? I want that Cynthia Bailey back. That's all I'm saying. No shade. So that's basically everybody that showed up. The episode starts out with Shia and Shamia. Like I said, I'll just show y'all like a little picture of them. And I think it's cute, that Shia, I hope I'm saying her name right, is running up the stairs, and Shamia is going up the elevator, and they're gonna race to see who gets there first. Oh, excuse me. They're gonna race to see who gets there first. I think that's cute. And it's kind of a good play on, her wealth situation. It's kind of a good play on that. And I'm not mad at her. I ain't mad at people that are wealthy because listen, I told you, I think I definitely was royalty in my other lifetime. Get into it. It is what it is. I say that because I just like all I I always end up in the expensive area, even if I'm not trying. I'm just looking at granted. Somehow I always end up in the marble area, in the marble section. They're like, ma'am, Miss Gladney, come over here. Sis, this over here. That's your section. That's your section, not this section over here. Anyways, so they kind of show us Shamia's home, and that I love. Her home is beautiful from what we could see from top to bottom. I know they probably encouraged her to say, my home was the, $9 million purchase, and it was one of the largest purchases in Atlanta, Georgia, this, that, and the third. And listen, I support sis saying that. I'm not that girl that's gonna try to make you feel bad because coming up, I'm gonna be like, oh, you got a G-Wagon? I think I get one. Like that's me. But I'm also gonna support you and like be your biggest cheerleader because it's just who I am at Chanel. I'm not a hater. So I can't knock her if she's saying these things on TV only because I say that because I also know that the audience, people like me, we want to see that. And I also know Bravo is going to basically they're going to show the most obnoxious scenes that they can because that's just TV. That's what they're going to do. So if it sounds elitist as fuck, they're going to play it. That's all I'm saying. So I'm not mad at her for announcing that. The part I didn't like is, you know, I hate talking about my wealth. It's like, girl, stop. Stop it. Like knock it out. If she's been wealthy this whole time and I'm woefully unaware of it, then get down in the comments and let me know, Shamia been, she was a Rothschild, honey, and a Vanderbilt in a Winfrey, Oprah Winfrey. No, but you know what I'm saying? If she was this silent, really rich or wealthy person that her family has money like that and she grew up that way, then listen, not more power to her. And even if she just came into the money, that's fine too. I don't give a shit. I just don't like the elitist talk. It's like, girl, stop. And also too, I say that too because it's gonna bite you in the ass if anything ever happens to her wealth. That's why you got to be careful with that type of shit because I promise you that's what's going to be on the front page news of whatever it is. If she's big enough to be on like Forbes or you know People or some big major publication, if she's wealthy enough to do that, or I'm not. Let me not say wealthy enough. If she's relevant enough at the time, they'll put her and they're going to put those words right next to it. And the thing is, she's been doing this for 10 years, not in the forefront, but she's been Portia's sidekick for 10 years, and she's seen people rise up and go crashing down. Her bestie is one of them to go crashing down multiple times on this show. So just saying, just to me, a girl, just watch it. If don't, if listen, don't just be the wife and the good, mom. Go and create and be. Go get your wildest dreams and bring them to the forefront. So that way you can maintain it. Because even if her husband got loan money and based on him what he bought her for her birthday, it seems as if he has loan money. Anything could happen. He could pass away, God forbid. He could lose all his money some kind of way. He could get injured or hurt and not be able to, be who he is in his industry anymore. Like it's 100,000 things that could go wrong. And all I'm saying is just make sure you're secure. And it's not about securing the wealth per se. It's just about being financially smart and making good money moves. You don't have to have millions of dollars. You could be just like me. Okay. Just a regular person out here with a regular husband and a regular lifestyle. And I've said this before, even if me and my husband only had a can of beans, I'm riding out with him. He try to leave me, I'm going with him. What you mean? You ain't going nowhere. We going together. Okay. No, I'm joking. But all jokes aside, yeah, regardless of whatever's happening in your life, you should always make sure you're good, taken care of. And some people will take that bad and take it negative and be like, oh, you're just planning for when you get ready to leave and planning for divorce. No, it's not. And don't let unmarried idiots tell you that shit, or whoever they are. They don't be married or not, but don't let people who ain't walking your shoes tell you shit. Doesn't mean that you can't learn, that you can't grow, that you can't take part of what they're saying and listen to it. But when they just saying some dumb shit and they don't know nothing about it, just let them be. You can't prove it. You shouldn't be trying to prove idiots wrong because they're idiots. They're not gonna understand it anyway. So back to the show. So they start off with Shamia and in her home, and she talks in her confessional about how her and her husband met and on and on and on. And apparently, me and Shamia would be great friends because she likes to talk a lot, and they do that in the confessional. They show us how she going on and on and on and on. And honestly, that part is very endearing to me, not only because I'm like that, but because it shows that she, and I never really felt this way until I watched this, that she really does love her husband. And it isn't about the money, in my opinion. I could be wrong, and maybe the money doesn't hurt, but it felt to me that the way she was kind of giddy about it, and she has like what, a 4 or 5 year old child at this point with him, and another child. She loves him. She's talking about it, and with a smile. It's just kind of like, oh, I love it. You know what I'm saying? Like it's things in my marriage that when I think about those things, in that early part of our relationship, it's just like, oh, like even now, I think about it. See the smile on my face? She's cute. She is. It just is what it is. Get into it. No, but you get what I'm saying. So that part kind of made me feel like, all right, well then Shimia does love her husband, and it isn't only about the money. Because I ain't gonna lie. When I heard about her getting married and marrying an African and all that, I was like, girl, I hope she like his sex. Like I hope he don't have bad breath. I hope, like, you know what I'm saying? Like for me, I just was hopeful that it was authentic and not just let me go snatch up, somebody with money. So she seems to be in love with this guy, and she's having a party because it's her 42nd birthday. And she's invited her friends and family, and I kind of like that her real families. It was interesting. Um, but there is a part of her storyline that I feel is very genuine, and my heart goes out to her, her family, because I don't know exactly what happened with her second birth. It seems like it was a surrogate, but I'm not 100% sure or not. But I'm gonna look into that so I'll know next time. But something with her daughter, and I'm not really sure what it is, but my heart goes out to her, and God bless that beautiful soul that she has there. And I hope that everything works out. I do, with her and her child. So let me see. What else do I want to talk about in the first few? Um, Child, it's real. They got Capri Suns, honey. Who drinking on this Capri Sun? Y'all see the damn Capri Sun? I'm like, what the fuck? I love a Capri Sun, but is it juice? You know what I'm saying? Like, is it juice? I don't know, but I love a Capri Sun. I don't know what's in that package. I don't know what's in that package. Okay, so let me see. What else do they talk about? Okay, so here's Drew. Drew's gorgeous, by the way. Drew's gorgeous. Drew Sedora comes to the front. They go to Drew's house, and Drew, I don't know what kind of house they have, but I guess in Atlanta and other states, we don't have this in Texas that I know of, at least in Houston, where we don't have basements because of, I guess where our land is in proximity to the ocean, right? Um, I guess we're too far down, and so we can't. I know I sound like an idiot right now because I don't know anything about that, but you get what I'm saying. Kind of like New Orleans, and you remember how when they had the Katrina, it's because New Orleans is like a bowl. It's like there's water over here in the Gulf or whatever, and then because you're a bowl, if that water gets too high or you have a huge hurricane, the the water has nowhere to go but into the bowl, so it would flood us. So that's why I'm saying that we don't have whatever. You get what I'm saying? We don't have basements. But in Atlanta, even though they're in the South as well, clearly they must have basements. And so Drew Sidora and her husband, whom they don't show, his fine ass, um, they show her a little bit, and they show where her husband is basically downstairs, but they don't show him. And Drew talks about how um, they're going through a divorce. It seems like in 2024 or the end of 2023, it's like everybody was running to the damn courthouse to get a divorce. I was just like touching my pearls, like, what the fuck is going on? It was Drew and him. I don't know his name. Drew Sidora and her husband, Eva the diva and her husband, because I think he was cheating on her. That had to be what it was. I feel like that's the only reason Eva would have just been like, drop that dude like that. It had to have been cheating. I can't see another scenario. I can't, because I don't think financials would have sent her on her way. She has 2 babies with him. It had to be cheating, but I never found out. But from that, Eva got real skinny, and I was real scared for her. But she's still over here winning. I think she's on some sort of TV show now. Eva's winning, and I ain't mad at her. But I did feel bad. And then Kim Zolciak and Croy, they were doing the absolute most because Kim over there being Kim, spending all the goddamn money. Okay, all anyway, allegedly. Like I said, everything on Chanel's reality is, in my opinion, and it is for entertainment purposes only. It's all alleged. Because I don't know Kim, but I know Kim know how to spin. Okay. Child, she named her dog Chanel, just like Chanel. I can't with her. But I did think that was a cute dog name. Anyway, so Drew, anyway, like I was saying, so Drew's going through a divorce, and allegedly the judge basically court ordered that the husband can stay downstairs and the wife stays upstairs, and they have to ask permission to go up or down or whatever to be in each other's space. And everything that they communicate with apparently is on some sort of software or some sort of app that they use, and the judge and everybody else can see whatever it is that they're saying, and they still can't work it out. And I think they can't work it out because I think Drew Sidora's husband is a cheater, pumpkin eater. But I think Drew Sidora isn't, she isn't the brightest bulb in the batch. So he probably been manipulating her since day one, in my opinion. I could be wrong about that, but Drew doesn't seem like very cerebral. Plus, you can't trust Drew. You just can't trust Drew. It just is what it is. She's gorgeous. She has a beautiful voice. She's talented, but you can't trust anything Drew says. Because she taking people to court over $1,000, girl. Stop. And I mean, it's $5,000 that she want to get back, but it's like, really, girl. I guess maybe for her, maybe it was the principal, but I don't know. You just can't trust Drew. I just don't feel like she's trustworthy. So then, what's her name? Kenya comes over, and I don't really think, I don't know. It feels like, again, the moments that they are having with Kenya on the show, at least what they've shown us so far, just feels like B-roll to me. It don't feel like Kenya moments, or you know what I'm saying? It doesn't feel that way, and I think that's intentional. I think they want her to seem like an afterthought, unless they're going to bring her back. Maybe they will bring her back. I think they'll probably bring her back for the next season. I really do, because, well, it depends on if this season is good. And so far, from the first episode, good job. I have to give y'all that. Good job. It wasn't the most like jaw dropping, but I think for them to have brought a whole bunch of women that we don't really know yet, or at least I don't know yet, it's kind of like, all right. I think they have a lot of eyeballs on this first few episodes. And if they don't draw people in the way they wanted to, then maybe they'll shake it back up. I don't know. But I think just from this episode, I'm kind of giving it, I think I give it a 7.5. It caught my attention. But there's that, so then Drew and Kenya are talking about they're kind of catching up or whatever, but the meat and bolts of it is basically Drew telling Kenya that she's been working with the hot dog king guy, the one that was engaged to Portia and had a baby with Portia, the cheater, pumpkin eater, him, the one that they said was messing with animals or showing his hot dogs to the animals. I don't know. Whatever they said that was going on, I don't know. I wasn't there. Okay. So it's all alleged. But that's what the streets were saying about Dennis. That's his name, the hot dog guy. And more power to Dennis. But apparently Dennis is out here managing or doing something with Drew Sidora that just, Jesus, I'm hoping is platonic and is about business and money, because he just seems to like to, play with his hot dog with other people. Like, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. He just seems to, he just have his hot dog out there. He have his hot dog out there. And I don't know. There's a bad part of my mind that, and I'm not this girl, but that in the back part of my mind, because of how savage Portia was to Fallon, in my opinion, because I don't believe Portia didn't know. I believe Portia absolutely knew. And that man was probably sending Portia money for go on trips and all kinds of shit. And she couldn't wait. I feel like she was salivating, like, oh yeah, a hot dog guy thought he was, nah, I'm over here with this guy. So there's a part of me that wants Drew and the hot dog guy, the hot dog king, to like get married. Like, get married. And it wouldn't be bad, only because it's bad because Portia, and that shit is shady as fuck. And I just think it's like off limits. If your friend likes this guy, even if you thought he was cute, next, moving on. That's just how I am, but not everybody's like me. I'm Chanel, and it's my reality. But what I'm saying is, I wouldn't do it, but because of how Portia has done other girls or other women, I feel like you get what you get. So if Portia wants to move on with not Portia, if Drew wants to move on and, have that man's hot dog inside of her bun, listen, you just get what you get, and so that's going to come later in the episode. Okay, so let me move on along. Hold on, let's see. So the next everything that's going on, I'm trying to think what's the next thing that's going on with them. But let me just drink some juice, child, because I'm thirsty, honey. Listen, or this ain't juice, this is 7-Up, but y'all like 7-Up? I'm allergic to caffeine, so I have to drink things that are not caffeinated, like Sprite. Are y'all ready for Easter? I don't know if I'm ready, but look, let me put on my glasses. My little sister always be like, put on these damn Gucci glasses. I'm like, I don't really need the Gucci glasses, but let's see. Do I look smart? No. Okay. I didn't think so. I don't need glasses. I do need glasses now that I'm old, y'all. I'm getting old. Oh, so this lady, I don't know. I think this is the Kelly lady, the waffle lady. Her, not her, the other lady. Her. She apparently is getting a divorce from her ex-husband, or her. I don't know if he's her ex yet, but he's a husband, and she has, I think, 3 or 4 kids. She has a set of twins, and I think she has one that's like 17, and then maybe another one. I can't tell. I don't know. I think she has 3 kids. So maybe the 17-year-old and the twins. And her body's snatched. And I was like, oh, yes, honey. But it just feels like her face is full of filler. I don't know. Hopefully this is just, I don't know. Her body is together, but it just, I don't know. I'm like, is she over there doing the same thing that, what's her name? Phaedra is doing? I don't know. Is it just me? Her face looks kind of like it's full of, like, it just looks full. Her lips look full, but she's not an ugly lady. I love the fact that they were having a tea party. Listen, I am here for a tea party. Okay, sidebar. When we went to, where did we go? Disney World a few years ago, and I took my little nieces and them. Oh, it was so cute, because I'm a big child, and Disney World was perfect for me, right? And plus, I think I'm royalty, so there's that. But we, my husband, I remember thinking, okay, this a tea party is gonna cost like $300 or something like that, and he didn't want to pay for it because he's who he is. Okay, listen, he's black and white. He's the reason we have good credit, and all that. Listen. But I'm just over here still trying to, buy Chanel and Louis and Prada. It is what it is. I'm who I am. Okay. And he balances us out. But anyway, he was trying to tell me we don't really need to, have a tea party. It shouldn't cost that much. Blah 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 blah. Because we were, going to the parks, and those things are like $100 and some a person. So if you go in with a family, it's like, listen, $1,000, just to go to one park. And then you go to another park and on and on and on. But anyway, he was complaining about it. And then he went to the tea party. And like most things with my husband, he wants to battle me about it. And then he'd be like into it. Like legit was into the goddamn tea party. He was just like halfway through, he was like, this was a great thing. I'm so happy. And I'm like, just listen to her. I mean, just say you picked her to be married to. So I don't understand why you listen. Anyway. But that tea party was everything because they had the people dressed up. It was everything. It was everything. And I don't even drink tea because I'm allergic to tea. Well, I can drink herbal tea because it doesn't have caffeine in it. But so they made me herbal tea, but it was everything. They had those little sandwiches, and they brought us like banana pudding with like, oh, what was the name of that hotel? It was called the Floridian. Listen, at the time, and this was like 10 years ago, it was $667 a night to stay at that hotel. Child, we was not affording that room. We were in a nice hotel, but we was out there. Okay, to be very clear. But anyways, that hotel was very nice, and they had like little macaroons and scones, and that was the first time I ever had a scone. I don't know, have you ever had a scone? But those scones was all of it was good. Everything they brought out was good. Everything was good, but it should be for whatever we paid for it. Okay. They brought out like hot chocolate and all kinds of stuff. So if you ever get to go to Disney, go to the Floridian. Don't go to the beach because I think they had like alligators or something out there. But everything else was great. I'm just, I'm just saying. Maybe they got the alligators out of there, but we stayed in the Airbnb and it was everything. It had a whole pool attached to it, and it was like fenced in. It was everything. It was like double gated. The white people in the neighborhood was kind of like wondering, should we belong there? What are we doing in the neighborhood? And I'm just kind of like, I'm calm because I'm a whole Leo and I'm here to have fun, whatever. My mother-in-law, meanwhile, back at the ranch, is like, bowdy, okay? She's very classy, but she's just kind of like, try me not. She's like worse than me. Like she's an Aquarius, if that gives you any perspective. And Aquarius can't be wrong about shit. I don't think I'm wrong about shit, and I'm a whole Leo, but Aquarius take it to a whole nother level. Find the lie. Okay, anyway, so this lady's throwing her 17-year-old a birthday party, and I thought it was cute. And she gave her 17 gifts. That's such a Leo thing to do, and I don't think she's a Leo, but such a Leo thing to do. And everything, I think everything she got or gave her daughter was like some sort of fancy, expensive ass handbag. Like she got like Christian Dior, which is a man, by the way. So are Tiffany. Y'all know the Tiffany, the little blue boxes. Got two brothers named Tiffany. Yeah, just schooling people in case they didn't know. It's not a female, it was a man or brothers. I think she got Chanel. I think she got Chanel. Prada. She had a cute little Prada bag. That bag was cute. She said she wanted a Hermes handbag, and I'm just like, a 17-year-old doesn't need a Hermes handbag. But I'm the mama that would, if I had it like that, oh yeah, she getting the Hermes handbag. Because I'm also the auntie that bought my niece when she turned 16 Tiffany's necklace. She ain't my child, but I still bought it for her. Why? Because I need them ninjas to know when they approach her, giving her something, whatever. Oh, you brought me a Tiffany's, and I'm like, oh well, I've been having that shit. Like she been doing that. Like, you know what I'm saying? And she's also, her dad was in the NFL, so there's that. So she always had like money. Her mom is successful, but I just always feel like that's how you gotta raise your daughters. Like, bitch, what else is going on? Okay, because my mama bought me that shit when I was 10. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's not to be obnoxious, but it's just to be like, you gotta understand whatever you coming with, you gotta come with it. Because I already had that shit like 10 years ago, right? That's just how I feel. But I could be wrong, but that's just how I feel. And if I had kids, that's certainly how I would raise them. You are the best of the best, and they gonna know it. You ain't gotta say it, but the mothers will know. They'll understand. I could walk around in my Prada shoes, and Prada is underneath the shoe. I don't have to even have it on the shoe, bitch. Just understand she isn't. Or in Louis or Chanel or whatever it is. I love it, honey. I'm a part of the Chanel. It's a problem. It is. It's a problem. I need to stop buying Chanel. It's a problem. And it's mostly a problem because of how expensive it is now. Like it used to be like you could a few grand you could, now the entry level, child. So I gotta stay making money because I ain't got time to be broke. Who could be? I can't be broke. It just doesn't look good on me. I'm at 5-star hotels and room service. Understand it is what it is. It ain't changing over here. It's my reality. Like I said, she's reality. So anyway, so she's at the table talking about, she's getting a divorce, and she says at some point, she should get an Oscar for how well she made her marriage, look. And I don't think that's far fetched for a lot of people that are married. I'll say it like that. I was going to say a lot of married women, but I think people that are married try to put up this, this good face, and they have a great relationship and their marriage is great and they got great kids. And it's not always true. And I think the divorce rate proves that what I'm saying is accurate. But I do think people, they try their best to put on the front for as long as they can until it's over. And it's embarrassing. A lot of people, especially women, you don't want to think, you don't want the world, because that's what the world is going to do. They're going to judge you, just like we're going all going to judge Portia this season on the Real Housewives of Atlanta. The world is going to judge you, and so a lot of times people want to hold on to the fantasy that ain't real and probably never was real, or maybe they bought into the fantasy, and now they got to tell the world the fantasy is over, or maybe the fantasy left 3 years ago. Who knows? But it happens. Or people have other issues in their marriage. Maybe their husband likes men. Maybe they were his beard and they tired of being a beard. I.e. the lady in this show. I don't know if it's true, but it just feels that way to me. Just saying. Or your husband cheated, or your wife, you grew apart. Maybe she cheated. I don't know. It's a lot of reasons that people get divorced, and most people don't want to tell everybody it was bad. People usually want to think, or they don't want egg on their face. They don't want to say if somebody told them so, that they told you so. You shouldn't have picked him, or you shouldn't have picked her, or whatever. And at the end of the day, if it does end in divorce, I would imagine it feels like a death, because that person's still walking around and y'all no longer are together. I think it's hard. Divorce and I'm not divorced, and I'm not getting divorced. Like I said, if my husband trying to divorce me, I'm going with him. Well, if he's trying to leave me, I'm going. So, who we with tonight? You with her? Okay, well, we with her. No, I wouldn't do that. But I wouldn't be in a throuple, because I'm the only. I'm not number one. I'm the only. Be very clear. Don't just be number one, number two, number three. The only. Okay? Because I don't share. I don't like sharing. It's not my ministry, so that wouldn't work for me. But yeah, sometimes people stay in marriages way past their due date, and it just, I'll just say this: don't waste your juicy years with some idiot. Just saying. I mean, I just don't waste your juicy years with some idiot. So she talks to her family, and seems like one of the ladies in the cast. I haven't figured out these ladies out yet. So I'll get to y'all. I'll figure y'all out at some point, ladies. But right now, I don't have everybody's name. And let me see what else is going on in this scene. Then they go to Portia, so Portia and Shamia meet up, and they having girl talk, which really is for Shamia to tell Portia the tea about Shamia meeting up with the two new ladies in another scene where they meet up. So let me back up. So Shamia and the other two new ladies, they all meet up. And Shamia is apparently friends with these girls, or at least friends with one of them. I don't know if that's friendship is rocky and maybe they're no longer friends yet, because like I said, it's just episode 1. But she meets with them, and one of the ladies, I think Kelly, the I was gonna say the pancake lady, but no, the waffle and chicken, or chicken and waffles lady, the waffle lady. I'll just say that. She basically is like, she said something like, why was she dating that woman's husband, or something like that. She says that, which is gonna be, the comment heard around the world, because it's the what's the right word? It's the unspoken conversation that the viewers never got to have with Portia via Kenya, because we know Kenya is the whole ass shade assassin, and Kenya was gonna be coming for her, and everyone knew it, right? But we didn't get to have it because Portia decided to run away with Simon, the fraudster, allegedly. I don't know this man, I wasn't there. But apparently he's been, defrauding people and shady and got deported. So allegedly. Okay. Everything on Chanel's reality is alleged, just in my opinion, for entertainment purposes only. But in my opinion, Portia ran off with that lady husband and she got what she got. And now she looks crazy. And this Kelly lady is here for it. Kelly's like, why the fuck we not gonna talk about it? Like, and I listen, I support that message because Portia ran away because she didn't want to talk about it. Just like Kenya ran away because she didn't want to talk about it. When Kenya went out and had a whole wedding with Mark and all that. That's why I won't say, okay, I shouldn't say that's why Kenya ended up with what Kenya ended up with Mark. But I think Kenya didn't want anybody to, okay, it's sort of like Kenya liked the way Mark looked. She liked the way he looked aesthetically, meaning physically. And on paper, he's like this entrepreneur who owns a restaurant, all that. And she just wanted to see what she wanted to see because Kenya is not an idiot. All her Kenya Nation people, they'll agree she ain't an idiot. But Kenya wanted to have a baby so bad and wanted to have a husband so bad that Kenya was willing to sacrifice who she truly is, in my opinion. She put all her bad bitchness to the side. Really, she put who she was, in my opinion. And this is me being real. Because I don't really like Kenya like that, but I feel like she put who she really was to the side, hoping that this man would, she'd have a fairy tale. And that's why a fairy tale is a fairy tale. Because it ain't real. And I think the reason she got married on the beach, without her family being there, is because that motherfucker is controlling as fuck. And I also feel like she did not want anybody to tell her to run. So it's like, y'all can't say anything now because I'm already married now. So he's here now. Because who gets married to a husband when you are very shrewd and very smart and you say you got your head on your shoulder and you're very, very intelligent. All of these things, you're a bad bitch. What bad bitch that's super smart and accomplished doesn't want to have their husband vetted, their fiance vetted, are people they love? I'm not saying that you should be believing everything your mama say, your daddy say, or whoever the people that have something to say. Not saying that. But the fact that you don't even allow him to come around and meet these people, he won't even allow, this is my opinion, you to bring your father, who you love, to your wedding, which you have been waiting for your whole life. Who does that? A controlling motherfucker. That's it. And Kenya didn't want people to tell her no. Kenya was hoping that she could keep him in this perfect little box over to the side and no one ever has to know. And then for her to go back and get her Bravo check, they said, no, you're gonna have to bring this motherfucker on the show. Period, point blank, end of story. And Mark didn't want to be on the show. But Mark was like, okay, I'm gonna be on the show. I'm gonna get this 10% that she's gonna give me over here to the side, and I'm gonna be a whole ass. So that way she can get another check. But I ain't gonna be on that show anymore. And honestly, Mark is just a fucking asshole. If he would have just even tried a little bit, Kenya and Mark would still be married. Because Kenya was willing to do whatever it took to keep her family intact, in my opinion. It's just my opinion, but it's my reality over here on Chanel's reality. It is what it is. So Portia did not want to have Kenya read her rights on the reality show. She didn't want to have that. So Portia ran off, and I remember thinking in that scene where she's leaving with all her stuff on the Mayflower moving truck or whatever truck it was, and she gave her mom the keys to her house, to Portia's palace. I was like, and this is before I knew even one iota about this man, other than he was dating or married to Fallon, Portia's co-worker. I just was like, Portia, girl, you bought the fucking dream again. Why? But I was hopeful that maybe what we see isn't, just what we get. I was hopeful that there was more to the story, that they actually fell in love. I was hopeful. But something in my gut was like, Portia, girl, I hope you didn't put her name on that deed, or I hope you can go back to this house. I hope it's paid for in cash, and so whatever happens, you can move back into Portia's palace, and you know, Miss whatever her name is, I can't remember what her mom's name is, but you know, Portia, you can come back and it's gonna be all good. That's what my hope was. But here we are. So Portia having this thought process that these people gonna come on the show and they're not coming for you, girl, wake up. Of course they're coming for you. Of course Kelly's coming for you and your crown and everything else. And you ain't gonna be able to beat everybody to death like you know try to fight Cynthia on the boat. Cynthia kicked you in your stomach and whatever else happened. Who else did Portia fight? She fought Jamie. I think is like who's Jamie? Jamie is she works for hold on Candy now. I think Jamie is some sort of I don't know what exactly she is, but I think she was maybe an assistant or a producer or something. I'm not sure exactly what Jamie does, but she fought her behind the building that one time. Who else did she fight? Oh, she fought Kenya. The first fight ever on Housewives ever. She drugged that girl. Ooh-wee. And shout out to whoever put Kenya's weave in that day because I promise you that weave did not move. Okay. Whoever put her extension in, keep them for life. Okay. Because Portia said, "Run." Like that was a hard yank. That was like, I'm gonna fuck you up yank. Like I was like, what the fuck is going on here? Child. So Portia thinks she's that girl. But my point is, you ain't gonna be able to fight your way through all of these people. Mm-mm. And Portia's the probably at this point the face of the show because lots of people she has lots of fans and people who love her and all that. And I don't dislike Portia. I just think she's fake and phony. That's all. But she's good for TV. But she's definitely fake and phony. And listen, I just want everybody. I don't understand how these people that been with R. Kelly and others. I just wonder what they blood panel look like. Like, is there any alphabet coming off that blood panel for having unprotected sex with people? I'd be wondering. I'll be looking. I'll be like, I wonder is there going to ever be like a fever blister somewhere? But I'll never see none. So I'm gonna go with everything's okay and there are no letters. But from what they say about Cordell Stewart and a few of the other ones, I'm like, well, are you sure? Go get checked is all I'm saying. So, anyways, then they get to Portia goes and sees her attorney, her previous divorce attorney, and now she got to get another divorce. And I think I do think this part of it is genuine. Portia's sad about it because again, who wants to be married twice and then have to get two divorces? Nobody. Nobody wants to do that. Not man nor woman. Nobody really wants to do that. Nobody really wants that to be their life. Nobody does. But unfortunately, Portia has to go down this road again. But she's been down this road before. So according to Portia, she put herself in good standings so that, she could protect her finances. And now she's having her attorney basically fight with the courts to basically make it to where she can film for her job in her home. And the problem is Simon beat Portia to it, honey. Because he put a cease and desist out to Bravo. Nope, y'all can't do shit. And I know that's problematic. I don't understand why they didn't get him locked in way before this happened. That part I don't understand. Because if you listen to Portia, like right before she came back on, like I feel like maybe this happened either a week or a month or two, maybe. I don't think it was a month. She had done some sort of like commercial or something, some sort of little excuse me, snippet of like something where she was like, the streets have been saying, Portia Williams is coming back to the Real Housewives of Atlanta. That is false. Portia Gubadia, she's gonna be in the building or something like that, right? Real cute and everything. And we just kind of like, all right, boys, come on back, girl. And then it seems like maybe a week or two after, I don't even think it was that long, after she did that little skit thingy, that it went everywhere that Simon Gubadia is a fraudster and all this different stuff, allegedly. So now Portia's back on the Real Housewives of Atlanta. And that's basically what that scene was. Let me go past that scene. And talk to you a little bit more about Kenya. So Kenya, like I said, at the end of the last season, while they were filming this current season, she had a lot hit the fan. She was going through it with Mark daily and her divorce and all that, going through that, having to, I don't know if she has to pay him or he has to pay her, but I feel like he's the one that has to pay her. I think like 3,000 a month or something. I could be wrong about those figures. I'm not good at math. I'm a social worker and a therapist. Okay, we don't need to know math like that. I just need to know how much I could charge your insurance or how much you have to self pay me to deliver my services. I do know that. Okay, she's good at that. But all the other stuff, I'm not into it. Okay, she's just not into it. But Kenya, at the end of, or I want to say the beginning of this season, got into some sort of uh, back and forth with another lady on the show, another cast member on the show, due to some sort of um, alleged, what do you call it? Revenge porn, allegedly. Kenya has denied. From what I could tell, from what I could see on Twitter and on the blogs and whatever else, and from what I know about Georgia law, you have to have someone's express consent to show any type of imagery or videos or anything like that, even the ones you can make up in a computer system. You have to have that person's expressed consent. And from what I could tell, Kenya didn't have that, allegedly. So she's saying that she didn't do that, but I don't believe it. I believe Kenya did it. I believe it was intentional, and I believe Kenya got exactly what she should have got. Because she shouldn't have been running around the world thinking she can go gutter low, and there's nothing for anyone to say about it. There ain't nobody, and that's what I'm talking about. Ego. Kenya's ego got in the way. Kenya thought, I'm that bitch. And what? And I'm sure Kenya felt like at some point there's people that's done a whole bunch of other shady shit and bad, horrible things. And so why would I be fired or temporarily on hold or whatever they had going on with Bravo? Why would this ever be a problem? And even Candy Burrs came out, and I was like, Candy girl, if you don't go sit over there and mind your own ass business. But Kenya's her girl. I never understand the people that like Kenya. Not that you can't like her on the show, meaning that she's good for the show, but I just don't resonate or identify with bullies. And to me, Kenya's a bully. She is. She's an aggressive bully. She tried to bully Portia, and that's why Portia drug her ass or across the Bravo stage. It's not a good look. She bullied Kim Porter, not Kim. Look, oh Jesus, Kim Porter. That's not Kim Porter. Kim Porter's resting hopefully in heaven. But Kim, what is her last name? Damn it, the lady from Facts of Life. Y'all know who I'm talking about. It'll come to me. You try to bully her. You try to bully Kim Zolciak. You try to bully Nene. Like it's just the list goes on and on. Phaedra, whomever else. She tried to bully a lot of people, and it didn't really work out for her. But it kept her with a check. This time, her trying to bully someone compromised her check. And that ain't what you want. But so we'll see. I personally think Bravo gonna bring her back. And I don't think it's gonna take all the way to the end of the season. I could be wrong about that, but I do think she'll probably end up in the last 3 episodes. Excuse me. And maybe at the reunion. I feel like she will. I could be wrong about that, but I feel like it would be good for Bravo to do that, even though I think it was horrible what Kenya was being accused of doing. I did. I still think it's horrible. But I have to say, seeing her on this episode, I'm just kind of like, okay, maybe it's because of the time that has passed. And it's kind of like, okay, it's enough time passed. So now I don't hate her as much. And I don't think she's as grotesque as I did 7 months ago or whatever. But everybody deserves a second chance. And Kenya's been given 14 chances, which is why I thought she should have been terminated. Sure did. And I ain't changing it. But I also think she would be good back on the show. I just do think that. But I'll say this. It's okay for her to come back, in my opinion, as long as she learned her lesson. As long as she can apologize and say, you know what, I overstepped. I should not have done that and not make excuses for it. She can do that. Let's go get the check and then just don't do it again. That's it. You know, Kenya got a daughter to support and she needs to support herself. But I don't agree with bully behavior. And I think that's what that was. So Shamia is meeting these girls, and I think this outfit Shamia has on from Chanel, honey, is so cute. I don't know. Y'all see it? Let's see. I don't know. Y'all see it? See her little outfit? It's so cute, right? Anyway, um, so that's her meeting with the other girls in they diamonds. This okay, look, hold on. This guy, this is the one that I'm like, are we sure that he likes girls? Child, my husband could never wear that shirt. And I ain't hating. I'm just saying he doesn't give that he don't like boys too to me. What y'all think? Child. Mm-mm. It seems like he like, listen, no shade to the gays, to the alphabet people. I say the alphabet people because it's just y'all keep adding alphabet to it. So I can't keep up with everything. But no shade to y'all, but it's just this isn't metrosexual. And I know what metrosexual can look like. It could be, listen, guys can wear fashion and it can look good. You put a good guy or even a bad looking guy in an Armani suit, honey, and had a right, like, look, listen, it could be right. Okay. This is wrong. My opinion. I'm Chanel's reality. It's my reality. So, get into it. It is what it is. It's not changing over here, but like I just I think he likes boys and girls, but I could be wrong. And if I'm wrong, I apologize. I'm just saying. Um, but sis is talking about how big her ring is, and I'm like, girl, he gave you that ring because he hiding somebody in the closet. Is that wrong? Like, I just feel like there's somebody in the closet. Y'all can just tell me if I'm wrong. Somebody in the closet somewhere. And this outfit is cute on her, but it's just her boobs are just. She just need a size bigger. That's it. And I'm all for having your boobs and sitting them up cute and whatever, but it's giving, and I'm not saying she doesn't have a nice body and all that, but it's just giving a size too small. That's all. That's it. So they meet, like I said, her and the other lady, the Kelly lady, and Shamia meet up, and she says what she says about, oh, why they stay that lady husband. And then Portia shows up in this outfit that Beyonce wore on a plane or something, seeming like 4 or 5 years ago. But her and Shamia show up to the strip club, child. Because apparently there's lots of strip clubs in Atlanta. I mean, I was on a panel yesterday. Was it yesterday? I was on a panel on this. Shout out to the Drip Nation. He has another channel called The Plug or something like that. Y'all go like his channel and go and subscribe to his channel and everything. He's my other boo. I got a few internet boos. Just saying. But yeah, go to the Drip Nation. But anyway, they were on there telling me yesterday about the strip clubs because I can't understand it. I'm like, why are you going to the strip club if you're a female? Do you like females? Is that right? Because I don't understand it. I don't understand. People are like, oh, it's just entertainment. It's just entertainment. Okay. But then what happens if you get like stretch marks or if you have a baby and you don't get your snatch back? What happens when you're 40? Can you still be child? I don't know what happens. But anyways, they was telling me about chicken wings. And I'm like, stop it. Y'all need to stop with this bullshit about, oh, I just go there for the chicken wings. Stop it. Like, knock it the fuck off. Like, I just don't understand how it's just like, oh yeah, let's just eat these chicken wings and this pasta, honey, and just have titties everywhere. Like, maybe I don't know. I don't get it. But this outfit Portia got on is giving. even though I feel like Beyonce wore it like 3 or 4 years ago. But it's cute. So they meet up, like I said, so that Shamia can tell Portia about what the girls were saying behind her back, which I think is just like unnecessary. Um, they have a little scene with one of the ladies. Her name isn't Kelly because I don't know these ladies' names. It's gonna take a minute. Sorry, I'll get there. We'll get there, y'all. But the lady that's married to one of the, I guess, I don't know if he's a Hall of Famer basketball player. I don't know his name, but apparently he's somebody, and or was somebody, and he married her. He ain't even cute to me. But you ain't really got to be cute for some people as long as the money's on. You know, that's for some people. But for me, I mean, I could look past the maybe he isn't as sexy or as cute to me if his heart is right. You know what I'm saying? Like that's why I got married to my husband because he has a good heart. He makes me want to, you know, throw his ass off a bridge sometimes, but it's all good. Like I love him. That happens in marriage. Just saying. No, I mean, my point is there's more than the beauty because what happened? Yeah, I got to be able to look at you. Okay, she got to be able to look at you. We got to be able to get it in. But what's beyond that? You got to have a conversation. You got to be intellectual. You got to be cerebral. You got to be intelligent. Like I can't with idiots. I can't. It's only so much dumb shit that I can, tolerate. So there's that. So then, like I said, Shamia's getting ready to have a party at her house. She has on her Christian Dior outfit, and it's cute. I don't know what she got going on top of her head because I don't understand this, y'all. Y'all help me. Listen, is it just me? This ain't right. Is it just me? That ain't right. That ain't right. It's Christian Dior. And like I said before, he's a man, Christian. He's a man, Dior. Yeah, not a girl. Not a girl. Just saying. Eh, I like the Christian Dior. I love Dior. I'm like, bury me at Dior, honey, or at Hobby Lobby. That's why I love Hobby Lobby. You can bury me at Dior or at Balmain, headquarters, Fendi, Chanel. Like, bury me in Chanel. Let's do that. But my point is, her outfit's cute, but I think it's overkill with the little headband thing. And it's one of those things that I can guarantee you, the show, the producers are like, no, we want you to be, Dior from head to toe. Because she may have not worn it in this, like the full unit, so to speak, if she wasn't filming. So I get it. It's not only her doing that, but a part of me feels like it is her because she's on my wealth. And I'm like, girl, sit down. Stop. Stop, Shamia. Like, come to the front. Shamia got body for days, all right? Like, I ain't mad at Shamia. I ain't mad at her. I actually think she's very pretty too. But she asked this other lady, Kelly, to come over early because she wants to talk to her. Probably because I feel like Shamia is doing the thing that she probably yells at the screen, and the rest of the viewers we yell at the screen when we're like, "Why you didn't pull them to the side? Why you said this in front of everybody? You trying to front them out in front of everybody? Whatever, right? Obviously, that has to happen, otherwise they won't have a show. That's just what has to happen on Housewives. But I think she's trying to do the right thing by saying, okay, instead of me calling you out in front of everybody at my party, because that's probably the other thing, the secondary thing, this is my party, and I don't want that kind of shit going down in my party. But let me just pull you to the side and just say, listen, I talked to Portia about it. So just so you know, since I'm Portia's friend and I'm your friend, she probably gonna say some shit to you at some point. And I think that's the right thing to do. I do. I think it's the appropriate thing to do. So I give Shamia, a check for that. She at least trying to be transparent. But I don't know how long it's gonna last because I don't know how long it's gonna last. But good job, Shamia, for trying. Um, so let me see what else happened. So then Shamia has her party. There's lots of people there. It's cute. It's like a white party. Everybody has on white except for Shamia. She comes out in like some sort of blue outfit, and I'm just kind of like, I don't get it. Like, why if we having a white party are you in blue? I ain't saying you can't do the blue because maybe blue's her favorite color and she wants to be the belle of the ball. I get that. But her dress wasn't the belle of the ball to me. And Shamia is sexy all day long, but I just feel like it should have been snatched. It should have been, it could have been great, and it wasn't to me. But that's just my opinion. And again, it's my reality over here on Chanel's reality. You don't like it, it is what it is. But if you do, please hit the like button. Boop. So she comes out, she makes her grand entrance. Of course, Portia's 32 hours late because these ladies can't be on time. Say that, like, and then Portia has the nerve enough to say, normally, what did she say? Something about she's not always late, girl. Why Portia and them say shit like this, like we haven't been watching for 10 years. Like, girls, or 16 years. I don't even know. What season is this? This is season 16. We ain't been watching for 16 seasons, Portia, or 10 of them to see you late. Stop. Like, knock it all the way the fuck off. Like, y'all ain't ever gonna be on time. And then they show Shamia's home, and it really is beautiful from what I could see from just the cameras. And I always feel like if they can show the beauty in anywhere you are, it could be Portia's house, Shamia's house, the botanical gardens that that are in St. Lucia or whatever. If you can show that and it's beautiful on screen, it's 10 times more beautiful in person. So I believe that her house is everything. I believe it's the bee's knees, 100%. And so they kind of go around and they show you everything, and it's really gorgeous. And and what's her name? Cynthia's like, what did they call it? It wasn't the what did she call it? Let me go back one. Let's see. I think her last name is Morton now, or has her last name changed? I don't know. It might not be Shamia Morton. And it's her 42nd birthday. She looking great for her 42nd birthday. I ain't mad at her. She got these people playing violins and shit at her house. I'm with it. I'm here for it. I'm trying to see what's the name of the house because the invitation was beautiful. Oh, it's called Sterling Hall. She's like, it ain't even got a damn address. It's just like Sterling Hall. I'm like, yes, bitch. I don't have to have an address. Just come on down to Sterling Hall. You could just put that into your what is it that I use? Oh my god, it's not the GPS. What the fuck is it called? Hold on. Oh please, the Waze. Put it in your Waze. Sterling Hall, bitch. You just gonna show up, just like you showing up to the Zaza Hotel, honey. Anyway, so like this is what I mean by just gorgeous. I don't know if y'all can see that, but yeah, it's beautiful. It's beautiful. It's like a museum. It looks like from the outside. Very beautiful, very beautiful. And I'm happy for Shamia that she's found somebody that seemingly loves her, and she seems like she has it all. She got kids. She's showing us her wealth now. I just hope Shamia gives this Real Housewives of Atlanta 3 years and moves on. I really do, because I want her to move on before it destroys her life. And I think it will. And what I mean by that is before her and Portia fall off again, because they will. Because I'm kind of interested. Y'all tell me, are y'all interested in whatever? What's her name? Phaedra? Oh, Faye has to bring, because I also don't think Faye gonna show up until like maybe the last 3 episodes and at the reunion, maybe. Because that's gonna be interesting. Phaedra and Kenya, the 2 ladies that went head to head season after season, hated each other, and Kenya bumping heads. That would be a good matchup, actually. And then Portia too. Yeah, that'll be a good look for the show. But I never really liked Phaedra. I did like her on Married to Medicine, even though all the people on the YouTube was like, I don't like Phaedra on the Married to Medicine. What is she giving? What is she giving? And I'm like, let these people get her check. Let this lady get her check. Like, leave her alone. Like, stop. All she giving us is and all that. And that's all I want Portia to give. I mean, not Portia. That's all I wanted Phaedra to give me, because I didn't like her on Atlanta. I felt like she was fake as fuck, like I did, and I ain't changing it. It is what it is. But on Married to Medicine, I feel like she could be a little more authentic. I still felt like she was reserved. Yeah, because then I would be, because she was married to a whole felon. And she told a lot of lies on Atlanta. So she could keep her fake whatever going on, her fake marriage and fake whatever she had going on with Ohala. Right. And I think on some level, to give her some grace, she was trying to just probably protect her image more than anything, but protect her sons, her children. And I get that. But she was fake and phony. And it just is what it is. And so then she moved it right on over there to the Married to Medicine team, honey, and they loved her over there. I think they want Portia. I mean, Lord, Portia was, why is Portia on my brain? I think they want Faye back. I don't think they wanted to let her go, to be honest. But they couldn't have Quad, who has a man now, but hadn't had one since Mariah left, I don't think, that we know of. They couldn't have her on Married to Medicine without a man and Phaedra, because then it's just kind of like, ain't nobody married to medicine. I mean, the rest of the cast is. in my opinion. But no, I listen. I like Faye Faye, but I don't like her on the Real Housewives of Atlanta. But we'll see. We'll see what we'll see. I'm gonna give it a chance. I think Phaedra is fake and phony, but look, I'll give it a chance. I'll see. Because right now, this episode, I'm gonna give it probably like a 7.5. It kept my attention. I mean, not everybody kept my attention, but I did kind of want to hear what they had to say. And having this party be like the first episode, that was a good thing for them. That was a good thing because we all can't wait to get to the damn Kenya grand opening. By the way, what is it? What did she have? A hair? I don't know if it was a hair salon. What was it? A beauty shop? I can't remember. What the hell, Kenya? Is Kenya Moore? Was it Kenya Moore haircut? I don't know what it was. That's the other thing too, because that's why. Listen, people were dragging Kenya. Like there were people that were dragging Kenya, like me, and I was only dragging her because Kenya's a bitch. It just is what it is. She's a bitch and a bully. I'm just gonna call it what it is. She's a bitch and a bully, just like Portia. But Portia's the fun bitch and a bully. Portia's just a fake, phony bitch and bully. That's the thing. That's the difference between her and Kenya, because Kenya's definitely a bitch and a bully, but she's just not fake about it. Portia is fake about it. But I feel like she's coming out the closet because, like, in this episode, she's just like, yeah, I don't want to talk to you anymore. Like, stranger I never knew. Like, she just is dismissive as fuck. And I'm like, girl. But it works. Cause listen, the people they go up for Portia. They love them some Portia, honey. Portia can do no wrong, honey. She's still in everybody, man, and in fake relationships with like living fake lives and being people beard and but she's pretty and she got body for days. So it works, I guess. Um Oh, I just have to say this. So the lady that's married to the NFL, no, NBA star or the retired NBA star, child, why was her wig coming down her forehead? And why did Bravo let us see that? Like that ain't okay, Bravo. Y'all ain't right. Whoever her producers are, y'all need to like it ain't listen. Maybe y'all can go in on it and get her some got to be glued, you know. Got to be glued. No shade, no shade. Listen, I can shade her because I ain't rich. Okay. And she probably got her wig from the same place I got. Okay, that was shady. But I'm just saying, if you're gonna be on the Real Housewives of Atlanta, I'm just saying you should not be shopping where Chanel is shopping. Even though Chanel does shop at Chanel. Real talk. She does. She likes Chanel. But I'm just saying, y'all can't be buying Victoria's Secret bras. Y'all gotta go to La Perla, get the right bra, honey. Like, I don't understand why these women ain't understanding the assignment. Like, I can't understand it. If you're gonna be on this show, we understand that all of the housewives, we give them that first season because by the third season, if they are likable and they stay, they get the right wig and the right stylist and all of the right makeup artists. But I don't understand how if you got money like that, if you say that you a boss bitch and you got all this money, you got 35 businesses and whatever else, I ain't mad at you. But then look like it though. Like, that's all I'm saying. Look like the money that you're making, right? People say all the time, oh, rich people, they walk around and just regular Ralph Lauren and whatever. Steve Jobs, rest his soul in peace, and Bill Gates and Bezos and all of the rest of them, they can walk around like that because they're men and don't nobody give a shit. Beyonce is not walking around like that, okay? Because she's that bitch, okay? She walking around like that. Beyonce is walking around. Neither is Rihanna. Rihanna walking around like, bitch, try me not, okay? She's a savage, just like her company name. No, but you get what I'm saying? It's like if your point is to get on TV and stunt, bitch, you need to stunt. Don't come up here with the $100, weed. You need the $1,000 weed, sis, from the people from India or wherever the hell they getting it from. Like, you need a actual stylist, someone who understands style. Just saying. And it doesn't have to be. Listen, I'm probably never gonna want nothing from Macy's, but it don't have to be everything that you wear comes from Chanel or from Fendi or whatever. It don't have to be that because all of the shit that they make isn't always cute. And it ain't for everybody. Okay, be very clear. But a stylist can help you put it together. The right stylist can help you put it together. And so that's what I don't understand. If y'all these boss bitches, then act like it, look like it. You should look like money, is all I'm saying. You shouldn't look like you got your wig from the same place Chanel got hers from. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. just look like it. And I'm gonna give them a few years to kind of, because I always say they need like 2 or 3 years to kind of like, you know, bring it up. But some people have come on the show and they've looked good. I would say probably I feel like Kenya looked good from day one. Maybe not her skin and other things, and she got it better after like season two, her season two. Because why was Kenya in that? Listen, my computer about to die. Why was Kenya in that? Oh my God. Remember that hotel looking thing she was staying in with her little baby puppies? And Nene was like, girl, what the hell do you live with the white what is it called? Refrigerator? It was just kind of like, what the fuck's going on? So Kenya's coins wasn't that high yet. And I ain't mad at that. We ain't all there yet. But at least she looks better. Her makeup got better, her wigs got better, and it's all good. I'm just saying they need to do better. So at the end, before my computer completely dies, at the end, what we see is, I wonder could I bring this? It's not gonna work, so I gotta hurry up. We see the girls go downstairs so that Portia and the girl Kelly can get into it about what Portia said about. I mean, not what Portia said. What Kelly said about Portia stealing that man's, that woman's husband, and then so Portia can get into it with Drew Sidora, because Drew is apparently dating Portia's baby daddy hot dog guru. He's apparently putting his hot dog in people's buns, and maybe Drew's this bun he put it in. I don't know. I wasn't there. I don't know none of these people. I wasn't there, but that's kind of where it ends because they're kind of getting into it and whatever else. So you can kind of tell that it's going to be probably Drew and Portia. But Portia, come to the front. You can't fight Drew. Drew from Chicago, sis. Okay, she from Chicago. She ain't playing that shit. Just saying. Just understand. And plus, she's too old for that. You can't be 45 years old still fighting people at the club. I mean, you can, but it's not a good look. Plus, you got Pilar that's watching you. You got to do better, sis. You do. You got to do better. So that's my recap, guys. I have to close out before my computer dies. It's about to die. But thank you guys for tuning in to another episode of Chanel's Reality. I'm Chanel. This is my reality. And if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. Shout out to my people. I love me some Marcus. Marcus over here supporting me. He says, what did he say? You venting today? Yes. Yes, Marcus, I'm venting today. No, I've been on all my damn lives because just whatever comes. And y'all just get into it. It just is what it is, right? It is what it is. But so far, I'm liking the Real Housewives of Atlanta. I wasn't going to watch, but I think they gave us enough in this episode to watch. So if I still like the rest of the episodes, then I will definitely recap them. But let me know what you guys think about Portia, what y'all think about Kenya, what do you think about Phaedra not even being in this episode? What do you think about the episode overall? And what do you think about Kelly, the waffle lady, coming for Portia, honey? She coming for her. What do you think about Shamia being, a full-time housewife? I think it's going to work out for her, but I want her to run after her second season. I want her to run for the hills so she can keep her marriage together. And I don't want one more Bravo divorce, okay? Because Andy don't give a fuck about nobody. Just understand. He only cares about his own tampons, and that's all Andy's worried about. His shit. He don't give a shit about none of y'all. Be clear. No, but anyway, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button if you like the content you are receiving, and then hit all my buttons, hit the notification button. It's a free and easy way to support my channel. But until next time, bye guys. Have a good one. Thank you for tuning in to Chanel's Reality. Much love to you guys. Bye. Is the stream ever gonna end?